Hey, hello friends, welcome back to another brand new video. In today's video, I'm going to tell you a wonderful story. The story is of a stranger who was a traveler, and people did not know where he went. But this was one motto of his life. Wherever he met, he used to realize people of the harsh truth, so that to make sure the people if they can hold the fire in their hand without burning or not. So this traveler, who was very odd and strange, used to visit every village after a week. One day he decided to visit our village. The village was between two mountains. So when he reached there, it was the night time, like after the sun has set and the night has started to fall. He visited a old woman who was near the well, who was standing near the well. The man asked to the old woman to get some water for him. The old woman gave him the water. The man drank it and said to the old woman, I will stay here for a few days and I will make realize people of the harsh truth, and I will see if people can hold the fire in their hand without burning or not. The old woman laughed at him and said, Now how will you do this? The stranger said, Just keep watching what happens. The next day, the stranger was invited by the village people and he was given a old farmhouse or warehouse to live in. Okay, so when the next day he visited Thomas. Thomas was the blacksmith. He was very powerful, and nobody was more noisier than him. And he was very strong as well, and he was a blacksmith. The old stranger visited him, and he looked at his eyes. His eyes were older than himself. The old stranger said to Thomas, Your father hates you because you are the noisiest. Your father doesn't accept you as a good blacksmith. Thomas rose in anger. His face was red because of anger. He said that how dare you say that about me? He put the old stranger with a collar. The stranger didn't do anything, not even a smile. He went after that quickly. The next morning, news spread across the village that the Thomas leg was has been what has been cut off because he didn't notice a sharp object coming to him, which fall. The next day, the old stranger visited a baker whose name was Erithil. Erithil was wonderful at baking bread. The old stranger went to him and said that you learned this recipe from your sister. And if she wasn't there to tell you the recipe, you were still baking breads in the ovens and you were working in a very low wage. Rachel also frowned in anger and spoke every harsh word to him. But the old man didn't do anything and he went. The next morning, the news came that Eritel Bakery has been burned. People now are scared of the stranger because whenever he visits something, something terrible happens. People now stop looking even at him. One day he visited the Maya. Maya was the same lady who had visited, who had the old stranger met him on the first day of his village. Maya has outlasted his two husbands, and his two husbands were dead, and she is living more than them. So the old stranger said to Maya that your children have forgotten about you. They just tell your neighbor that you are dead, and they're afraid if anybody get to know about their mother, how poor is she. Maya didn't say anything. She smiled and said that I know about all this, and there is no place for your poison in my heart. I do not possess their heart, but I know what my heart possesses. That day, nothing happens to Maya. The next day, the villagers were gathered in the center of the village, and the old stranger called them, by the way. So the old stranger said to them, I have the last truth to you. The truth is that everybody was, you know what, contempt with their life. But I told them harsh truth which they already knew. It was nothing new, but I told them which they already knew. They just remember it. They just found it in anger, and it was their loss because I didn't do anything. I'm not a witch or I'm not a wizard. I didn't do any curse. It's because of their carelessness, and they were furious all day. That's why some accident happened. Whereas Maya, nothing happened because she was calm and steady. So what do we get from the story? The story reminds us that whenever someone try to insult us, whenever someone try to provoke us, we should never reply. Instead, we should cut off the thing and just we should be quiet and we should walk away with a smile and peace. It was all about today. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Please like and subscribe. Till then, bye bye.